Are you looking to know more about antiques, home decor, and interior design? Then look no further and join us at Taylor's Direct. Hi there, my name is Toby Taylor. I own a small antiques company based in the Cotswolds in the UK, where we sell high quality, professionally restored antique home decor such as furniture, small accessories across the UK, Ireland, and internationally. Now, I wanted to set up this YouTube channel as I do get a lot of questions each week in different things from how do you value antique furniture, how do you restore antique furniture, how do you know the age of antique furniture. So I thought it'd be a great idea to start a YouTube channel and provide information weekly, if I can, on different things, different topics that people want to know. So if there's anything you're looking for in the antiques, perhaps you want to be an antiques dealer and you want to know the best place to buy or different things, or you just have a passion for antiques, would love to hear your thoughts. Do let me know. That is one of my guys heading off. See you later. Yeah, we've been in the trade, as it were, for over 135 years with the family. It all started off in Woodstock in Oxfordshire from my great grandpa Sydney, who started a grocery shop just after the war, and he got in touch with antiques, and then it was passed down to my grandpa, and then passed down to my uncle, and then my auntie, and then my cousins, and then my dad, and then my brother, and then my sister does a little bit, and I do. Obviously, Taylor's Direct. So it's a whole family thing we've been doing for 135 years. We know how to do certain things, so we know, well, I say certain things because not everyone knows how to do everything. I'm a big advocate. I don't know everything. I know what I know. I know what I've been taught. You know, there's some great books out there, such as this one, big old book, the English Regional. Lighting. Hold on, I'm still not used to this YouTube yet. So you got the English Regional Chair. This tells you what parts of the chair were made. So you got the ladder back here, where this would have been made in the country, where the legs would have been made in the country, where the rails would have been made in the country, and you put it all together. So you've got different things that tell you where furniture was made from. So I endeavour to create videos once, twice a week, maybe, see how it goes, to help people understand a little bit more about antiques, you know, the history of things. So we'd greatly appreciate all comments, feedback on how you do things. As I said, this is my first video, brand new channel, so sorry about all the quality. I will get used to it. I think a plane's just flew over the shop. So I'm also based in this shop at the moment. I do have 3 warehouses across the UK. This is the main shop where we house most of the furniture that's been restored. So we will have weekly episodes throughout. But yes, let's get started. Okay, so we've got a Regency chest of drawers in here. Very small piece, quite rare to find. It's harder to find a smaller chest of drawers than it is the larger ones, as a lot of them were got rid, and a lot of people back in those days were smaller, had less clothes, things like that. So having a smaller drawers just makes sense. Now this is Regency. What I'll do, I'm going to bring you with me, and we can go through why it is Regency and how you can tell. So here is the small oak Regency chest of drawers, which I have brought in. You shall see a bonus clip later of me struggling to bring this chest of drawers in, but it's in, and that's all that matters. Now, this would be estimated to be Regency, which is sort of early 1820s, I would say this piece is. And looking closely at it, you can see this reeded flute, which runs all over the piece, from in between the drawers to the top, which is a classic Regency style, which they used quite often in furniture making back in the day.
Now this piece is unrestored and is due for restoration, however it is online unrestored, so we can either restore it for the new home or keep it unrestored. Now it's oak, as you can tell from the grain, which just runs all over the piece, makes it quite heavy. Also bracket feet. Now let me get down here. Bracket feet, classic sign of Georgian regency style. Victorian was typically more of a bun foot. However, you can see with these bracket feet. Let me get a good angle. Oh, okay, I'm on the floor. Right, so you can see the bracket feet, sometimes called OG feet. Most of the time bracket, and the original packers. So I'm just crawling. You see back there an original packer. Now, one of the indications of the feet, the fluting, but what I like to use is actually the dovetails. Now, these dovetails here, all over the piece on the side. You see one just there. Now, so back to these dovetails, you can see that one's quite short. That one's even thinner. That one's even thinner. That was the same. That's thick. That's a big one right there. Now, these are all different. So they were done by hand. Look at that lovely grain as it comes through. And the handles. One of the little bonus tip actually. These, if you see two pins on a drawer, that typically is a Georgian lock. They had a lot of two pins, so that's a little bonus tip for you. Now, with dovetails, as most furniture nowadays is machined, and a lot of machinery did come in sort of the early 1900s, a lot of dovetails are perfect. Everyone is cut the same, each are the same. However, obviously they didn't have machines back in the day to do this. So one great way of understanding if a piece is older or Edwardian, sort of early 1900s, is looking at the dovetails. If they're all different sizes or different lengths, now that means it's done by hand. So if it's done by hand, it's an older piece, which where they had not primitive tools, but planers and chisels and things like that.
Brilliant. So I hope that helped. I know it's my first video, you see, so might not be very good in terms of editing, and so I'll learn how to do this over time. But hoped the information you had there helped. I mean, typically that was more of a Regency piece that we spoke about, so Georgian, which have common features. But eventually, over time, we'll look at Edwardian pieces, Victorian pieces, Queen Anne, throughout the time to give you a better idea. But just to summarise what we are to look out for, typically in Georgian furniture, is look at the feet, as that chest of drawers had bracket feet. That is quite common with Georgian furniture as a whole. OG feet, usually they call it. So bracket feet, the feet are quite a good indicator. Look at the dovetails. That's, as I said, what I look out for. So how were they cut? If they're all rigid and different, you can tell that's older. And a few more things to look out for. So if you look at for the wear of the piece, so I'll discuss this later on, but if you look at, say, a drop leaf table, if you look at the size where the air would come in when the leaves are up, you can tell, if that's kept fresh, where people grab it and they pick things up, it typically would wear the piece down. So look at the wear of the piece. If it's, been used over time for 200-300 years, you're going to know about it because it's going to be worn that you typically can't replicate. I mean, the chair I'm sat on, I don't know if I can move out of the way, you can see there's wear. Let's go this way. You can see there's wear here from where people have touched it. You can see on the arms. I can't quite show you, but you can see on the arms where they've, somebody's been holding it, lifting it up. A great indicator to look at chairs is underneath the seat where you pick it up. You'll see where your hands would have gone, so the wear there, which you can replicate, but it's so hard to replicate that, and not much point. So looking at the wear of things, dovetails, looking at the packers. Now, packers do indicate age, but they also indicate quality. So, sorry, with Georgian furniture, at the back of the feet, you'll see blocks that are packed in, or sometimes pack the whole of the back foot. That's a sign of quality, because it's just a little added attention to detail. Not many people did, but you had a good craftsman back in the day if they did do that. So that's quite a good thing to look out for. And then sort of the double pins and the locks. Now, that is typically quite a Georgian thing to do. Obviously, you can have that in Victorian furniture, so it's a bit of a tricky one to go by. But if it's a double pin lock, then you should be near enough that sort of early 1800s stage, into the 1700s. So, yeah, hope that helped. I'll try to edit what I can to make it all, simple enough. There will be more YouTube videos to come and hopefully a bit better quality and editing. So if you got to the end of the video, thank you ever so much for listening through that. I hope it did help. Any questions or anything you want to know more, if you want to see more, do let me know. I will try my best to answer everything. And yes, I look forward to explaining more, but do go onto the website, have a look at some of the furniture we've got on there. We're uploading things daily, getting things restored weekly. So do have a look, and if there's anything that catches your eye, more than happy to have a chat about anything. So do email me or contact me however you like, and we can go through there. But once again, thank you ever so much. There's a lot of thumbs up today in this video, so thank you ever so much at taking your time to learn a little bit more about that. Anything you want to know, do let me know. You have a great day. Bye bye now.